The month of January was a particularly rough one. On top of regular winter blues, I was also recovering from an ankle surgery, which was successful, but meant that I had to stay home and not have any mobility at all. Days morphed into nights with no form or routine or structure or direction to guide me until it was time to do it all again in the morning. It was such a palpable feeling of being stuck in your own mind and your body and in your own home, and I knew that once I regained some of my mobility, I needed to go somewhere to feel like myself again. So we are off to a late start, but it's okay because we are headed up to New Hampshire for the weekend, and I'm really excited. It has just been so gross and so rainy here in New Jersey with absolutely no snow. And from what I'm reading in the weather, there also will be no snow in New Hampshire, but I guess it's better there anyway because there's going to be at least a little bit of snow in the ground. But before that, we grabbed some bagels because we always love grabbing some bagels before any road trips. I think New Jersey bagels are just the best, and we can get this road trip properly started. Our journey took over 5 hours and passed through New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, all of which had really terrible weather, which was obviously bad for driving, but perfect for reading. And it's probably one of the perks of being a passenger princess, which I currently am right now. Usually Jay and I would swap out whenever one of us gets tired, but obviously we couldn't do that this time, so a coffee stop was in order. We reached New Hampshire, and the scenery started gradually changing the more we drove up north, until finally we saw the mountains. Take over. Okay, good. We have made it to the log cabin where we will be staying for the next 3 days, and the air just feels so crisp, and it is a little chilly, but not the bad kind. And the log cabin is so beautiful and has its very own access to Ellis River, which is insane. And rather than try to use my limited vocabulary to tell you all about it, I figured I would let the drone show you around. The 70-year-old log cabin is located in the town of Jackson, New Hampshire, in the foot of the White Mountains. It is perched along Ellis River, which very much lets its presence known with the constant sound of the river, and it also has its own access to a swimming hole, which I could imagine is a whole lot of fun during the summertime. And the inside is the coziest interior, perfect for after a day in the slopes, with the most thoughtful details giving you a little slice of New England cabin living. So it got so dark all of a sudden. Honestly, it gets like that all the time in the winter. I don't know what I'm saying. So now we are just settling in, taking care of all my stuff, because as you can see, I just brought way too much stuff, and for no apparent reason. So we're doing that, figuring out dinner, and then just settling in for the night. There's always a level of disorientation that comes with waking up in a different place, but this morning, I felt at peace knowing that I was in the mountains. This morning I woke up to the sound of the river, which is so nice. I made myself some coffee so I can have a cute little moment out here. I don't know, I just haven't had a moment like this in a while. I mean, admittedly I haven't done a lot in the past few months, but I've never had a time where I could actually just sit down and not do anything and not feel that paralyzing need to actually do something, and I could just be. I think that's what this trip is really doing for me. I could just kind of hang out and have a warm cup of coffee and do nothing, because that is kind of the point. I still feel so grateful that even though this past month has been so bleak, and at times my recovery just feels so slow, I do feel my mobility returning, and with it, the ability to slowly do the things that I love again. I took up skiing for the first time last year and immediately fell in love with it. As with any winter sport, it requires you to go outdoors and truly connect with nature, and because of it, I gained a newfound love for winter. Like a lot of people who struggle with their mental health, I've always had a really tricky relationship with the season, but as I'm getting older, I'm learning to lean more into what I've always known as a kid who grew up with the hills and the waterfalls. That nature is magic, and it has the ability to heal a weary heart. I did not think about this. It is so slippery. Ugh, it's not looking like a great idea now, is it? When the evening came, my sisters finally arrived from their drive from New Jersey, and we spent the night, as you do, in an isolated cabin in the middle of the woods, by having hot chocolate and solving a murder mystery game.
I can't read, I'm just asking. Okay. Hello, investigator. I appreciate your help with this case. The victim is a 32-year-old male named Julian Ford. The weapon? Yeah,
What's
find
the
the
weapon?
weapon. No one knows. That's why we have to find it. So, we got sunset.
Does it say anything about?
Is this what it feels like to like work in a law office?
Yes. Except you don't have everything handy to you, so easy.
That's true. Good morning from the White Mountains in New Hampshire. Today I really just want to take some time to do a little bit of a morning routine and kind of do a detox-ish. Just try to feel like I have my life together. And so I think we are going to start with some breakfast.
As you can tell from the stove clock, it really is more of a brunch. Although anything before 12 noon I consider as breakfast since I don't get to have it that often or make it that often, and lunch tends to be my first meal of the day. But there's just something about making your own breakfast that feels like an act of self-love. Taking that time in the morning to make yourself something that you like to eat and will nourish your body for the rest of your day. It's something that I wish I could do more often, but this feels like a good start.
I don't know how to tell people that whenever they ask me where I want to be in life, this is pretty much it. I just want to wake up in random beautiful places in the world and have breakfast. Today that means waking up in the mountains right by the river, having some avocado toast and some coffee and some pancakes. And I just don't think that's a socially acceptable answer, but it is what it is. It's the truth.
At this point, I felt myself slipping into a more repetitive routine, which was definitely the goal, but at the same time, I also craved something different, something that was out of my comfort zone, and the river had been calling to me the whole entire weekend, and I decided to answer it.
Okay, I'm about to do something really crazy. Please don't try this at home, but I think I'm going to be doing a little polar plunge, and there's nobody here of sane mind to talk me out of it. It's my sister. Are you gonna talk me out of it? Let's go. Exactly, let's go. Come on. This is the part where you sing, dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. It's okay, she's a nurse. Ooh, that is cold. I just want to feel like I'm being shocked into life. So let's do it. 3, go.
I am in a pursuit of filling my life with things that make me feel more alive. whether it be more mundane instances like rolling my car window down during a drive, or moments like these where every single inch of my body is on fire and in discomfort, but also giving me that awareness that I'm actually here.
Alright, I gotta get up. Get up. I gotta get up now. Like right now. Bye. I gotta say, that was really dumb. I gotta go inside.
After I warmed myself up and got my body temperature back to normal, the rest of them had gone out to do a local hike, and I decided to do some bullet journaling outdoors to do some planning and enjoy the nice scenery.
I have about 2 hours before sundown, and I thought it would be a great idea to just sit by the river and do some journaling and set up my March spread.
I've been consistently bullet journaling since the beginning of the year, and I've actually also been filming them if you wanted to see a little bit more of my process and my past spreads. But it's just been such a great tool for me, not only in planning out my day-to-day, but also taking that one time every month to sit down and be as creative as I possibly could be, dreaming up creative different ways of tracking how I feel and my emotions and the habits that I want to form, and gaining that sense of accomplishment when I see everything come together in the end. It's just been one of my favorite ways to feel more grounded and refreshed. And it feels like a form of meditation where I get to just sit down and reflect on the past month and give myself space to look forward to the next one. When the sun eventually set, I put together a simple home-cooked meal that we could all enjoy on our final night in the cabin. I really couldn't have asked for a better way to end this trip. We shared a hearty meal, stories, and our favorite moments from this whole weekend, and in the end, we dreamed about when we'll get to do it all over again.